All aboard, it's Jang here with a big old box of Playmobil stuff that I saw at Toys R Us and immediately had to buy. I wasn't even aware that this was going to be produced. It's called the Police Tactical Unit Set. It comes with all of these things here, retailed for $60 US. Let me get this open, get everything assembled, and show you what the stuff actually looks like. Wow, so this actually is a lot, and in fact it's more than I expected from just looking at the front of the box. Let me go through each thing one at a time. First of all, this police jet ski water scooter thing is very small and very simple, but it's scaled pretty well to that figure. It looks right, and the figure can hold on to it. He's got some gloves on right now. I will show you all the figures separately, but they include something extra that I did not expect. This will actually float in the water. You know, it's fully sealed up. It will float, but to help it to float properly and not fall over from all the weight of the figure on top, they include a nice counterweight to go on the base of that. So this is plastic on the outside, even though it looks kind of metallic. It's actually plastic, but then there's a big chunk of metal inside of this that's completely sealed inside, so it's not going to rust on you. But that forms a nice counterweight that is down low and will keep this upright when you actually have it in the water. But there's more, because instead of using just this weight, you can put on this. This motor set is included in this set. Normally this is an add-on accessory or something that gets included with some of the more expensive single boat sets, but that's included and it's motorized and it'll attach to the base underneath of here. You put a single battery into this and then you let it go. So this, all this stays underwater and you can just watch this as it goes through, a bathtub or a pool or something. You can adjust the angle of the rudder back here if you haven't seen these before, so you can make it go in a tight circle or just very slowly curve so it doesn't just go straight. So it can continue moving along. And this is a watertight section that holds a single AA sized battery. Battery's not included, but the fact that the motor is included is great. There's one more water scooter that's included in the set, and this is for a bad guy, for a criminal. It's the only bad guy thing included in here, so you need to kind of provide more in order to have a proper set of enemies basically for the police. But this, you can see, is built exactly the same as the police one is. It just has a different color scheme on it. I'm just getting the motor off that one. See, they're identical except for the colors, but they do include 2 of these weights, so you can have both of these in the water at the same time, or you can choose to put the motor on one of them, but they do only include one of these motors, so you need to choose what you want, what one single thing out of all these that you want to be actually going around on its own. But you can choose this because the motor system works with boats like this, and in fact you can also connect an optional radio controlled set to this that is sold completely separately. But this is a full-sized boat that has all of the standard design of Playmobil stuff, so it's able to accommodate figures. Figure can be held on the railing there. This has some stickers that had to be applied, but some of the stuff that you see on the outside is actually done with print that's pre-applied, so it's kind of a mix there. Nice size to this. You can see that there's plenty of room to put figures all over this, including down inside. It's got the nice elevated position with a ladder to place a driver up there if you want. And then down below there's a computer, and the screen's a little bit obscured behind the ladder there, but a computer and also a telephone that can be used by figures. Plenty of empty open space that can be used just to seat figures. I think that's a space that is designed to accommodate a bed, but they don't actually have a bed piece here. But you could have extra policemen and women back there. They've got a small railing here that can be used for figures to hold on to that so they don't fall off. And also at the back of the boat on the inside is a small storage compartment, so you can store some weapons and things in there. And that's actually pretty respectable in size, so it'll fit the larger rifle that you saw the lady up on the front of the boat holding on to. The whole thing, I think, looks just a little bit plain. I wish it had just a little bit more detail, but for play, this is great, and it's mostly ready to go out of the package. There's just a little bit of assembly that's required. This is like a quad utility vehicle. It holds 2 figures and a secret, something that I was not aware of personally. I do not believe this is a new set of molds to create this vehicle, but I'm just not familiar with this design, with this style. I've not seen it before. Searchlights can be moved up and down on the side. You can also, turn those around, but there's no actual kind of lens there, so that's not the most realistic looking thing, but it's good for imagination. Has the boat pole over here that can be used to pull a boat up to it, which kind of doesn't make sense. Maybe this goes better with the boat. It's got a shovel over here and an axe. I guess I don't know what the shovel's for, but certainly the axe can be used for getting into things that are sealed up or for doing rescues. That could be useful. But here's the secret. Well, it was a secret to me, the thing that I wasn't aware of. This is amphibious. This can go in the water. So you can place this on it if you want. It'll fit right there. Or you can place, wait for it, this onto this. It'll fit. This will actually go. Sorry about that. Policeman, I'll put you back. I promise, I'll put you back. But see, this can go under here. What? This whole thing, it's amphibious. It'll go in the water. And then you can see there's room for that. It's specifically designed to accommodate that. So you can actually make this just drive itself around in your pool. And that's the reason they have the boat pole over here. So you could drive this up to your boat, to your police boat, and use this to bring you in close to it, so you can transfer personnel between the two, or you can use this for doing some reconnaissance with the camera that this guy on the back has, and then you can transfer the tape, or I guess nowadays it would be the SD card or whatnot, over to the boat to do some analysis on the computer in there. Now the helicopter has no surprises whatsoever. This is pretty basic. It does just what you would ask for from a simple helicopter. It holds 2 people in there, so one can be the pilot and then one can be operating. You can put a camera in this person's hand, or it's got the weapon right now. It has a searchlight on the front, which is the same as we saw on the last vehicle. You can bring that around. It seems a lot more useful and more appropriate of a position on this one, but it also has a couple on the back, interestingly enough, one on either side, so those can be maneuvered around. Of course, the main rotor can be spun around. That works fine. The tail rotor can be spun around. This is not amphibious, so you cannot land this on the water. Well, you can land it on the water, but don't expect it to float. Just put it that way. Megaphone PA unit here, which I believe could actually be used in the hand of a figure also if you pulled that off. To get into the cabin area, this all just swings forward, gives you a nice easy access to place your figures there. And again, we'll look at the figures in just a second, actually next, but I did want you to see what this front area looked like with the console. So no sticker, no different coloration there. It would have been nice to get a little extra detail, but like I said, this is just the most basic design I think that they could do. I think it's also the simplest helicopter that they have done in many years, but it does the trick. It works well, and I'm satisfied with it. Oh, there's also a hook on the underside of the helicopter, and you can hook up something to that, like this string that they include, which has a couple of handholds on it. So you can use that to raise and lower figures if you want. Figure time. 8 figures is a lot for one set. And in typical Playmo fashion, even though this is a set that focuses on value, they still give you quite a bit of variance in outfits and accessories. This was an interesting one to see here, that one of these 2 that look similar with their outfits, actually, one of them includes the extra badge on the shoulder. The other one does not, so a little bit of difference there. This one has the gloves. You have one handgun here. It's kind of a gunmetal gray, appropriately gunmetal gray colored handgun. And then this next guy here has one as well in the holster. And then there's the one bad guy, the criminal. There's not a lot to be seen on the backs of these figures though. No printing, no painting, no stickers or anything. So that's kind of the probably the cheapest thing in the whole set, but given that they have the vests on and everything, they still don't look plain. They don't look like your basic old school clicky figures or anything like that. So for a value set, I think this is plenty enough, detail all the way around. This is nice. I'm personally especially happy to get the boat. It's nice in size. It has plenty of space to pose all kinds of figures all around, and inside of it, the helicopter is pretty basic, but like I said, it does its job. It does everything that you can reasonably ask for from a small helicopter. It's kind of for recon use. And then the little utility vehicle being amphibious as it is, and including an actual electric motor in addition to the 2 weighted ballast pieces that can be used with the water scooters. I mean, you really do get a lot out of this set, and with 8 figures too, a bunch of kids can have fun simultaneously with just the stuff in this one box, which is exactly what you can ask for. And I think that they've priced it nicely. I feel like this is not a great set for collectors just because of the somewhat reduced level of detail on some of the things, but for its intended market, for kids, it's good. Let me know what you think about the set and what is your favorite feature of everything that you've seen here. I look forward to your feedback and your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this. I will talk to you again very soon.